Welcome and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a cage cleaning video and I'm going to be going for kind of an Easter theme. I love the colors that are associated with Easter, and Easter's coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm going to be going for something like that. If you are not subscribed, please do so. I would really appreciate it. And if you are subscribed, or even if you aren't, like and comment. If you have any videos that you'd like to see, please comment them. I'd love some ideas. Yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay, so here's Cheerio's cage. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the lid off. If you want to see how this cage was made, you can go ahead and go to my channel, and I have a video posted about it. I filmed me making it, setting it up, all the good stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it. And just like with any cage cleaning, I'm gonna go ahead and start by sifting out a sand bath. If you're new here, his sand bath, this takes up a fair bit of his cage because he always does his business in it. So I like to give him a big sand bath in case there's a day or two where I can't clean it out and I don't want him to have a dirty sand bath. So I like to give him a bigger one just because he has the space for it, so it doesn't hurt to. I am going to skip through sifting this, so I'll be right back once it's done. Okay, so I am all done cleaning that out. I just have the bits that were in it. There's not a whole lot because I clean it out pretty much every day, but that's what was in there from just last night, so I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to take his sand bath out totally. I have a garbage can off to the side so that I can scoop bedding into it when I'm ready to do so. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start taking his accessories out. He is still in here, by the way. I don't like to wake him up until I have to. Sometimes he'll come out on his own, sometimes he won't. It depends on the day, but for now, I think he wants to stay in there. At least until it becomes a hazard. So I'm just gonna take all the stuff out. I dumped his water out not too long ago and filled it back up again, so it's full. But I'll probably still change it out. This is a little igloo hide that I made in another video if you want to check that one out. And you'll see that a lot of my stuff is just homemade or recycled. Your hamster, I can promise you, does not care what their stuff looks like. As long as they have stuff to explore and their enclosure is semi-crowded, I can promise you that they're a happy hamster. Like, they really don't care what it looks like. They just want, oh my gosh, there's a lot in there. They just want stuff. I'm trying to beat any bits of bedding off before I take it outside of this area and move the sandbox a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to grab these chew sticks. There's piles of poop right there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not sure if it's in frame, but he just has piles of poop there, just 'cause. Oh my goodness. A lost sunflower seed. That's a rarity. So I'm gonna take these and just put them outside. Grab this stuff and do the same. And I'm going to change out all of this stuff. I always keep some inside of, like you saw, inside of this and inside of this. I always keep tissue so that he has extra nesting material, but I also like to use it to mix his food in so that he has to go through all the tissue to find his food, which is a really fun way to get him to forage for it. But I'm going to change it out because this stuff has been in here for about 2-3 months and it's getting used, and I want to put pretty colors in for Easter, so that's going out. And I'm gonna get new stuff to put in. Okay, so I'm just gonna start, oh, there's another chew. So I'm gonna start by pushing this down here, because I know he's right here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. Oh. He brought this down there, apparently. He really seems to like those apple chews. Oh, there's another thing that I had buried that he apparently stuffed full. I forgot that was down there. And I'm trying not to like push down, I'm just trying to move everything slightly so that if he is closer to the top, I don't hit him. I'm gonna take these out. Oh wow, that's a beautiful burrow. Oh, there he is! Hi, handsome! Oh my goodness, hi my baby! What are you doing? Hi. Oh, you was asleep, wasn't you? I gotta take a picture of that burrow, because dang, that's a nice burrow. I love you, baby. Oh, do you want to come out with Mama? Were you asleep up there? I don't think. Come here. Yeah, I know. You can tell he's sleepy because his little ears are all squished up. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my little man off to the side so that he's nice and safe while we do this. Aw, he's so sleepy. My sweet little boy. He's almost a year old now, actually, which is heartbreaking. I can't believe he's already a year old. Syrian hamsters live for roughly 1 to 2 years. So, yeah, he's getting up there. I haven't seen any geriatric behaviors from him yet, except for he slowed down just a tiny bit. But I'm talking about like since he was like an absolute pup. Like I got him when he was 4 to 6 weeks old, and he's slowed down since then, but nothing crazy. He still uses wheels and every night and stuff, so he's still healthy. He's just my scruffy little boy. I'm gonna go ahead and put him off to the side here. I actually have his old cage just off to the side here that I'm gonna be putting him in. I use it to keep his bedding in now, like his bags of bedding, so I just moved the bags of bedding out, and I'm gonna put some hides in for him. I'm gonna grab some of this just to have in there with him. Just so he has something to burrow in if he so pleases, in the time that it takes to do this. Okay, so he's off to the side now, and I'll insert a picture of what his very temporary enclosure looks like. I use it to keep his bedding in now, like his bags of bedding, so I just moved the bags of bedding out, and I'm gonna put some hides in for him. I'm gonna grab some of this just to have in there with him. Just so he has something to burrow in if he so pleases, in the time that it takes to do this. Okay, so he's off to the side now, and I'll insert a picture of what his very temporary enclosure looks like, because I think it's pretty cute. I'll move this off to the side because that's pretty clean bedding that I'll be removing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just dig out everything else that I had in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, he had a little burrow into this, which is cute. It's just a little hide. Oh my gosh, that's packed down. This was the burrow starter I had put in for him, and he ended up just filling it up because he apparently didn't want it. Oh, he had his other apple dragged down there too. That one's had a good gnawing on it. Oh yeah, he got his little food stash down here. What a little cutie. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna start taking some of this stuff out. I used to use a dustpan to do this, but I've decided that this is much faster. Okay, I'm just gonna take a bit more out. With hamsters, you should really leave like between 1/4 and 1/2 of their bedding in so that it's already scent marked. I just like to remove the dirty section where like the burrowing and the food and the urine and everything is. I like to remove that section and then just move it, like keep the bedding that I know is more sanitary, and just kind of mix those in together. So I'm just going to take it a little bit more. Okay. So I've got about a third of the bedding left here. I'm just going to see if there's anything in amongst here. Okay, no, we're good. So now I'm going to grab some more bedding. And I'm just going to dump this in. So this is just clean bedding that I'm adding. And I'm going to go ahead and rip the top totally off this, because then I can put the dirty bedding that I was struggling to fit into the other bag into here. Because I don't need to use another plastic bag if I have one here. So I'm just going to dump. Okay, so now I'm going to, that's all that I had of my pre-mixed stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up some more. I use Aspen, and I do about a 50-50 mix of this and then a paper-based bedding. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and move my Aspen out. And this is just the paper-based bedding that I happen to have on hand. Okay, that looks good. That's about 50-50, so I'm going to mix this around now. And I'm going to mix it with the old. In fact, I normally put too much in, and I end up having to take some out, but I think that I did okay today, which is exciting. So, I've got this situation going on. I think I'm going to put his sand bath in this corner this time. So I'm going to, because I like to change his setup, so I'm going to put his sand bath over here. So I'm going to move all this stuff. And this is the back of the cage that faces the back, like the wall, and this is the part of the cage that faces my room. So I'm going to be angling everything kind of so that I can see it, if that makes sense. And put it back in. So I'm going to push bedding down here. I might actually put this the other way now that I think about it. I think I might turn it so that it goes this way. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that for this time. Once I settle it down and compact it, it'll be okay. Because you have to keep in mind that when it's all fluffed up, it looks much bigger than when it's compacted down. And if you compact it down, it holds burrows much better. See how much bedding height just left? You probably can't because you're up above, but it went from like here to here. I'm going to start off with taking out a couple things that I want to put buried in here. So I'm going to take this out, I'm going to put a tube underneath because I think that'll be fun. I'm still going to put in his burrow starter. Even though he's Mr. Independent and he doesn't really need it, I still want to put it in there now. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put it here this time. And I'm going to put this under here and just put stuff on top of it. And I'm going to do the same thing with this over on this side, just for something fun to find underneath here for him. Okay, so then like I said, I'm just going to pat this back down, make sure it's nice and condensed, because I don't want this settling over time and then having like no bedding in there. I want to make sure that he has enough. I'm going to put some more over here as well. And keep in mind, I know this is a lot of bedding, but some of this is stuff from his last cage cleaning because I saved about a third of it, and I'm not going to have to change this for about another month and a half, so I know it looks like a lot of bedding, but trust me, it is so worth it. He loves having all of this bedding. It's fabulous. It's totally worth it. 10 out of 10 recommend. Okay, so you can't see, but I'm going to use this to measure out how deep it is on the side, just so I can show you. Okay, so putting this part on the floor, it goes up to this notch, so it's that deep. I don't know exactly how deep that actually is, but it's at least 8 inches. Okay, so his little burrow starter's there. I'm gonna go ahead and put his wheel back into his sandbox. I'm gonna have to shovel that out again after because that's pitiful. So I'm gonna lay this, oh actually I was planned on putting more sand back into his sand bath this month. This is stuff that I have pre-baked. I have more sand in the basement, but this is the stuff that I already have baked, so it's the stuff that I can use right now. Because you have to remember that every time I scoop stuff out, because like he's peed in it or whatever, it takes sand out, so over time it depletes. And I don't have to fill it up super often because I do put a lot of sand in there to start with. So I used all the sand that I had pre-baked, but that's fine. I won't have to fill that up again for a couple months, so that is a-okay by me. I'm going to lay his bendy bridge in. I think I'm gonna lay it in here. I would like it there. And this also acts as like a little burrow system. Not a burrow system, but as a little hide. He can go underneath here and chill under there. And like I said, I want to use some fun Easter colors. I've got all of these. They are just plain napkins that you would use with supper. And I've got a whole bunch of different colors. So I'm going to take some of each color to add in. And fabulous. I know that it's fun to have a whole bunch, and most of the time I just don't really bother, but I like having a lot in there for him. I love the colors. So I'm just gonna have it like this, I think. Should I mix the colors around? So I'm just gonna spread this all out. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one into the blue section. I'm gonna put some, oh actually I'm gonna grab his favorite house and put in. So I'm gonna take this, and I think I'm going to put this right here. I have this yellow and white happy mug that I like to use for this time of year because it's fun, it's happy, it's bright. So I'm going to bury it over in this corner. And I'm gonna shove some in there as well. These are pretty, so I'm gonna add them in. I love the look of this wicker, so I'm gonna put that in too. This is fun and colorful, so that's gonna go in. I know this is really boring looking, but he really likes going through this, and I like being able to put forage on top of it and in it. So I am still going to include it, but I'm going to put it under here, like that, so it's a little bit more interesting. I'm going to take his coconut, because again, it's like that wickery looking, and it looks like a little Easter basket. I'm going to take this little hide, and I'm going to poke it over here. And now I'm just going to put some chews in. So, his favorite ones. I'm adding in some carrots because Easter bunny, you know, like you do. This one's going to go inside that house. And then I've got some more colorful fun ones. And this one, oh wait, no, I don't want that in the same color. We put that over there. No, my goodness, hard to decide. And then I have a bunch of these that I'm just going to, and then I'm going to take some and stick them in like that so they're stood up. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some of the seed mix in for when it comes back in. I'm just going to sprinkle it along here, a little in there, some in there, some on top of here, into the cup, amongst that funny looking thing I showed you earlier, on here, and in there. Okay, and I'm going to lay it on top of this house for him. Oh, and I forgot, well I almost forgot. It's always the last container that I check for. He always gets a Whimsy Chew after I'm cage cleaning as a little treat. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this, oh no, oh wait no. I'm going to give him a green one for grass because it's spring and I can see the grass outside again. So that's going to be up there. Now I'm going to just put him back in. Hi handsome, it's Mama. Here's the little man himself. I'm just going to go ahead and put him back in and let you watch him explore it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!